and I normally talk about tactics you can use to improve your productivity, but today I want to talk about some mistakes I've seen being made that make people lose respect for you super fast, even if your productivity is A+. By the way, these are not newbie mistakes. I've personally witnessed some of the biggest people in the personal development industry making these mistakes. And these are things that just make you look bad, okay? And in fact, I'll bet you can think of a few people who make these mistakes in your circles. The first one is no showing a scheduled call. Straight up not showing up to a call that you had booked with somebody. No rescheduling, no notice, just completely no-showing it and leaving the person wondering where the heck you are. And look, okay, I know we've all done this one. I've done this. Hopefully none of us have done it on purpose, but it's not the act of not showing up that truly bothers me. It's the cover-up. When someone no-shows me, I want to hear something like, "Oh my gosh, I'm so sorry, I totally forgot, I feel so embarrassed." But what I've been hearing recently, even from some big industry leaders, is excuses. My favorite was, "Oh, I meant to tell you last night that I couldn't make the call." So why didn't you tell me last night? I mean, what a lame excuse. Another time, a podcast host no-showed his podcast interview with me. Several hours later, he messaged me and he said, "Oh, I was stuck in traffic." So were your arms broken? I'm assuming since you were in bumper-to-bumper traffic, you could have messaged me or emailed me? Super lame excuse and huge respect lost. Look, at the end of the day, I know people don't no-show their calls on purpose, but when you make excuses and don't take ownership of your mistakes, your respect plummets in the eyes of other people. But when you do own your mistakes, your respect will actually be elevated. It's kind of a weird thing like that. I think it's because we're all human and we do make mistakes sometimes. We all know that. So it's really not about being perfect. It's about being in integrity and apologizing when it's warranted without hedging it with an excuse. The second one is name dropping. Who else gets super annoyed when someone starts dropping names like they're an essential part of speech? This is one that really loses respect fast. And look, I know all you NLP, that is neuro-linguistic programming, teachers, trainers, coaches, they're gonna get defensive like, no, it's scientific. It actually raises someone's opinion of you when you name drop because it associates you with those important people and some of that importance rubs off on you. But like most NLP techniques, the nuances really matter. And what I find the most jarring is when someone launches right into it when all you've asked them is, "Hey, how are you?" And they're like, "Well, I just booked a deal with so-and-so, and last week I had lunch with so-and-so, and next week I am looking forward to going on this mastermind retreat with so-and-so." I'm like, here, let me reach down and pick up all those names you just dropped. It comes across as bragging, and it's so glaringly obvious to the listener that you're insecure and you want to make yourself look big time. So ironically, it has the opposite effect and decreases respect. But if it's done minimally and integrated into the natural flow of conversation, it does truly elevate respect. And plus, I always appreciate the artistry of the speaker when they're able to do it well. The third one is having no follow through. We all have a friend or two who really struggles with follow through. And unfortunately, we lose respect for these people eventually. For example, if a friend announces a new brilliant business idea every single party, and pretty soon you start noticing that nothing is ever coming of these new businesses. This person doesn't have the follow through to really make them happen. So instead of being excited for them, you start to tune them out and value their opinion less in all business related topics, because you've lost some respect for them. At the end of the day, we have respect for people who are their word. Not the ones who say yes but never follow through. Not the ones who make excuses, not the ones who complain and take no action. The fourth one is this weird thing I've seen a lot recently on social media where people are basically hounding their friends and family to buy their thing while disguising the post as a personal update. So you could call this one selling too hard or selling to the wrong audience. I can't tell you how many times I've seen this as I'm scrolling my feed. So first it starts by, "Oh look, my friend has a new post on Facebook. Look, they posted a nice photo and they've written this great update about their life. How exciting! I absolutely want to read this one." Only to realize that what started as a personal update ends with getting you to sign up for a strategy call or sell you on a coaching package. And by the time you realized it, you've read what seems like 10 pages of text and you've wasted 10 minutes of your time. Ugh, I mean, nothing makes me hit unfollow faster. And the fifth one is being a yes person. This is someone who feels like they need to please everyone, so they avoid confrontation and they always want to say yes. I know I've made this mistake before. But when you do this, it makes you look weak instead of agreeable. Instant respect lost. I mean, recently someone actually asked me to be the bearer of bad news to someone else. They didn't want to because they were scared. They wanted to stay the yes person. But unfortunately, I lost a bit of respect for that person as a result. I think one of the biggest strengths a person can have is the ability to disagree, say no, or deliver disappointing news to somebody else. If you're able to do this with grace and affability, your respect will increase in the eyes of others. And if the person on the receiving end of that no gets upset, that's on them. That's not on you. Being able to accept disappointing news is also a great strength to have. So, these are 5 ways you can quickly lose someone's respect, even if your productivity is A+, even if you're a big-time industry leader, and even if other people around you are all doing it. Comment below if you've personally experienced any of these 5 mistakes. If you like this video, give it a thumbs up. And if you're obsessed with human potential and living your best life like we are, then consider subscribing to this channel and joining our journey to complete lifestyle freedom. See you in our next video.